So Dan, first quarter GDP 6.4%. What is your take on that?
I think it's preposterous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think that it's completely inflated. I think the numbers are completely fake. And
well, they are. They're not. I mean, if you pump in $8 trillion into an economy, you're going to get some sort of reaction. Maybe a quick sugar high.
Yeah, but again,
and that, by the way, folks, that's annualized, all right? That's a 6.4% annualized. So don't be deceived. The actual number is like 1.6%, which that's what $8 trillion got you in reality, under 2% GDP growth. That's how sick this economy really is.
I want to make one more point,
sure.
And that is with the GDP. If the real numbers were used and they didn't have all the stimulus, it would be negative.
No doubt.
And that's the thing that people need to understand. So these inflated numbers that we're hearing in the press about how great things are and things are coming back, it's ridiculous.
What is this? No, we have another one?
Yeah.
Right. Mr. Turk. Oh boy. I mean, this is really, oh, this is open, but the door's open. They're not even locking they didn't even lock the door. The place is empty. They packed it all up. Gone. Gone. Place is empty, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I can just stick this in here real quick. Take a look. Another one bites the dust. Really, really sad. And this is high-end retail, ladies and gentlemen. And the 1% that live down here, they're not keeping it alive. It is really getting decimated down here. I've never seen it this bad. I've been doing videos down in this area for 2 years to kind of give all of you a gauge of what's going on. And this is what's going on. So here we go. Custom tailoring. Tony's men's clothing going on a business sale. Wow, this is a new casualty right here, new victim. It's unfortunate, really unfortunate. So coming up to another one right here. Maggie Montez, Shauna Strange. If you have any questions, you need a retail location, here you go. Unit J. This one's gone. And come down a little bit farther. And we got the art gallery right here. Nobody inside. And here's another one for lease right here. There's a hair salon, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's for lease. So here's another one. Gone. Is the economy really booming? Is it really recovering? Ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So here's another one. It's supposed to be open today according to the hours here on the door. Dan, we're seeing a lot of stores that have inventory like this one, but the lights aren't on.
Just complete ghost town. Completely shut down. No sign, no we're closed, nothing. Just gone.
So right over here says their hours. Yeah. Right here. Tuesday through Saturday.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so this one could be, I don't know, we're not saying, but it could be in trouble. So we're walking past the Apple store now. They have to have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 security guards out here because this place was robbed about, I don't know, a year and a half ago in broad daylight. So you're not safe anywhere. Even down here in El Paseo, the Louis Vuitton has been robbed multiple times. Criminals go where there's opportunity, and down here they see a lot of opportunity, and this is why there's been so many burglaries, robberies. So it just continues. But doesn't bother the 1%. They are out and about in the Porsches, the Bentleys, the Rolls Royces, the Ferraris, the Maybachs, you name it, they're out. But this is, I'll tell you, I was talking to somebody earlier. Most people will not come on camera. We've had a couple store owners come out, but they will not come on camera. But one of them said that he gives it 5 months. We're going to see where we're at in 5 months. And I think that he's right. I think around fall to winter is where we're going to really see where we're at and what kind of blowback we're going to see from this economy being shut down for a year. So it's going to be an interesting fall and an interesting winter. So this building right here was one of my old tailors. I used to have a lot of my slacks tailored here, my sport coats, a couple suits. They were very good, very good place. And this building has been vacant now for around roughly 3 years. So we can't blame everything on the crisis of last year, because a lot of these stores have been vacant for 2-3 years. And this is just a reflection of a decaying, dying economy. While the 1% prosper, the rest of America is not. And we're watching some of the higher end retail type areas like this suffering. And so if it can happen here in a high retail shopping area, what's happening in the middle class malls, the middle class shopping areas, what's happening in the poor? Now, I know there's going to be people out there saying that this isn't happening in my town, this isn't happening in my state. Well, if it isn't yet, it's going to. And I hope it doesn't. Maybe you'll be immune, maybe you'll get lucky. But for the most part, most of the country is suffering, and most of the country is going to continue to suffer as things get worse. This problem's not going to get better, ladies and gentlemen. With all this money printing, with all this devaluation of currency, now they're talking another $1.8 trillion on its way. People not working, 25.7% unemployment, and everybody dependent on a stimulus check or an unemployment check. See, unemployment checks don't keep areas like this alive. They're not going to keep shopping malls alive. Yeah, the stimulus check worked for a minute. It was a quick caffeine buzz, a quick sugar buzz. But unless you're sending people a stimulus check every month, it ain't going to work. It just is not going to work. People have already spent that money, and now things are slowing back down. So Dan, here's another store. It says clearly store hours Monday through Saturday 10 to 5. Should be open right now. 50% off sales inside. Is this, I mean, what's going on?
It's more of the same. You know, we tried to estimate on what we thought the closures were, and I think it's higher. I think it's like 30% right now on store closures down here.
Yeah.
And again, this is absolutely crazy, because you've got Saks Fifth Avenue across the street, a Louis Vuitton across the street, and again, you got some of the most expensive cars you could ever purchase right before your eyes.
And look at this, parked right in front of this giant
vacant building.
This whole thing, no, it's one building. This is one big building for lease. There it is in the window if you can see it. This is one big building right here. There it is. And call Todd. There's the sign. Closed. And I'm holding an article in my hand from The Hedge today. Manhattan retail rents continue to slide as recovery narrative falls apart. Well, it's obviously happening here too.
It's happening everywhere. It's happening in your city. It's happening here. It's happening in Orange County. You know, we're seeing this everywhere. We're supposed to be told that the economy is doing great and that everything's fantastic.
You're standing in front of 15,000 square feet. Okay, there it is. That's easily 15,000 square feet right there. And maybe this is the realtor right here. I don't know, but the money is out. Look at that Rover carbon fiber hood. The 1% are rolling. But here we are, 15,000 square feet right here, and this has been vacant for probably about a year.
Wow.
Close to it.
Wow. I just think it's more of the same. You know, from the shop owners we've talked to, they don't see it turning around. This is the end of the season right now out here, and the weather's only going to get hotter. It's going to be less and less people out here right now.
The one shop owner from the skincare product store, he said 5 months, and we're going to see where we're at. And that gives us June, July, August, September, October, fall, and I think he's right on the money.
Well, that's the beginning of the season again, so.
Who will be left? Who's going to be left? How many of these stores haven't made a lease payment in over 10 months? I bet you a majority of them, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you a majority of them, and they're getting no help. And that's my biggest rant here today is they're not getting help, Dan. When big corporate America is, the banks get bailed out, the airlines get bailed out, corporate America gets bailed out. But the business owner, the store owner, the restaurant owner is not getting help. Comment if you would.
They're not getting the help, and that's the big. Then the big problem is that they don't get concessions. They're not getting enough PPP money. They're not getting enough EIDL loans. They just raised the EIDL loan cap to $500,000. I've had 3 people in the last week that own manufacturing companies that need. One of them needs 1.2 million. One of them needs 700,000. They cannot get the government money to keep their manufacturing facilities open. This is going to be a real problem.
But $650 billion went to foreign countries, ladies and gentlemen, out of that $1.9 trillion in stimulus. And the $1.8 trillion in stimulus that is coming next, most of that is not going to go to help America. That's going to go to special interests. That's going to go to more bailouts of corporate America, more bailouts of states and cities that were so irresponsible and reckless with money. Absolutely doing such a disservice to the taxpayer, but you know, this is going to be more of the same. But this is the result we're going to continue to get. This is the result.
Here's one more stat for you too, and that is there's $40 billion in rent moratorium money that was designed to help people, residential renters, that has not been disseminated yet. People can't get the programs, and the rent moratorium is only 60 days out and it's all done. So again, they can't get these programs, these retailers can't get programs. It's going to be a continued mess that people keep wanting to kick the can down the road, and they're not going to be able to do it.
Right, agreed. So that's going to about wrap it up for El Paseo, guys. And look, there were more businesses, more stores we could show. We don't have all day. We got another destination to go to, but we just wanted to run through here. It took a couple hours. It's almost 110 degrees, so I want you guys to know that. We spent over 2 hours just covering what we could. I'm completely exhausted. I know, Dan.
Yeah,
you're exhausted.
absolutely.
And we're still going to make another stop, get something to drink. But in closing, so far, what you've seen so far out here in the desert on El Paseo, Dan, what does this tell you?
This is as bad as it was in LA. This is worse. This is supposed to be the rich area, and LA had areas that were better than this, believe it or not. In LA, you saw how decimated that was. This is unbelievable.
So let me ask you this, Dan. What's the solution? How do we get out of this? And again, let me tell everybody out there, this brings me no joy, no satisfaction to report this to you. But I'm going to keep reporting reality to you, because nothing's going to get fixed until we admit there's a problem, until enough people see what is going on and determine, hey, there's a real problem out there. What people are telling me on the television, what I'm reading in certain publications, what Fox Business or CNBC is telling me is not what I'm seeing at my local mall, my local retailers, the local restaurant business. It's not what we're seeing here on El Paseo. What we're seeing here is reality. The real economy is dying. They can tell you how great the stock market is doing, how great Bitcoin is doing, and if you believe Bitcoin is going to save the world, if you believe that a surging stock market is going to secure your future, you're living under a rock. First, we must determine and admit there's a serious problem, and we must expose it in order for it to get fixed. We've got to first come to the determination and admit we got a serious problem here, and what we're watching on that box is not what's really happening in reality. And what's happening on the stock market and the record-breaking stock market, the record-breaking cryptos and the bond market and all that is not reflecting what's happening in the real economy. And so until we actually admit that there's a serious problem going on here, we're not going to be able to fix it. And really my main point is you're not going to be able to prepare for it, because if you believe everything is okay, you're not preparing today. If you're walking around and you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, that Dan's seeing, and you can admit there's a problem, you understand there's a problem, that this economy is going down, that the US dollar may be on borrowed time, then you understand you need to be preparing. Dan.
Let's close it out with this. I mean, people need to prepare. They need to be worried about their safety. They need to get stack some silver, stack food, take care of their family, because look at the retail, guys. This is decimated. This is destroyed.
Jobs related to this.
And you know, there's no quick, simple answer to this, and there is no answer to this right now, because these people that are not paying their rent are going to have a problem when rent is due and the mortgages are due. You're going to see retailers and retail buildings that won't have water, won't have power soon. We saw an entire city block for sale while we were down here.
By the time the Fed admits that we're in a depression,
it's going to be too late.
It's going to be too late.
So get ready, be prepared, guys. It's never too late to start. Start now.
And I'll leave you with this. Today, you just saw the canary in the coal mine, and that canary is dead. Heed the warning, ladies and gentlemen. This is not normal. This is not normal what we're seeing. Something is very, very ominous. Something's very, very wrong. Prepare.